Good day to you. My name is Maria Kądzielska and you are watching Poland Daily Culture. And we right now will be talking about literature, but I would say from a different perspective because documentary literature. With us on a call is Tomasz Grzywaczewski. Tomek, do you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Good morning and thank you very much for the invitation.
Well, I would say you are an orchestra man, especially recently, because you traveling to Ukraine, searching for stories, reporting on what's going on right now on the front and with ongoing conflict there. But you were interested in this region, the whole post-Soviet countries, also before the outburst of this conflict. And you wrote a book about this, The Border of Dreams, the book about different stories from different post-Soviet countries which are not recognized in the world, but which have extremely interesting but also complicated stories and history, because so many nationalities, ethnicities, people's stories, they mix together and you don't know anyone what is the identity of all of those people. One of them was a Lithuanian soldier who fought in Georgia. Tell us his story.
The story of Alexander, I think, really depicts how complicated the identity of inhabitants of Central Eastern Europe is, because I met him in Georgia, close to the border with so-called border with unrecognized separatist state of Abkhazia. And it occurred that even though he is Lithuanian, he was living there as a refugee from Abkhazia. He came to Abkhazia at the end of 90s, at the time when the Soviet Union still existed. So it was like the one state. There were no borders between Russia, Georgia, and Lithuania on the internal borders. He started to make his living there in Abkhazia, but at the beginning of 90s, the war began, and he decided to fight together with Georgians against Abkhazian separatists and against Russian army that was supporting Abkhazians, and he was fighting there for years. And when the Georgian army was defeated, he decided to flee from Abkhazia. He stayed in the territory of Georgia. He has never come back home to Lithuania. When I met him, he asked me if I can maybe try to help him in searching for his long-gone family that stayed in Lithuania. What's even more complicated occurred that right now this family is living not in Lithuania, but in Kaliningrad Oblast, the part of Russia Federation. But to make a long story short, fortunately, we've managed to find his family. And after almost 3 decades, we also managed to arrange a meeting between him and his long-gone sister. And they met after 30 years of not seeing each other. So it was a really moving moment. But I think that this story shows that the Soviet Union that was mixing nationalities also extremely twisted ordinary people's lives and makes it harder sometimes to make these very separate distinctions between nations and between different identities.
Well, I would say this is very impressive, but also a different form of journalism, which already affects people and stories. So congratulations for this. Tell us, just to wrap up this interview, but if looking from this perspective, Russia is still using national feuds and historical resentments to push former neighbors, friends, and even family against each other. Well, do you think it will ever stop? And how bloody all of those conflicts can be? And will this war in Ukraine, which we are facing right now, kind of break the Russia imperialism, or is it only a hope for it?
Russia used to be extremely skillful in steering different civil wars and national conflicts, ethnic conflicts. I remember one soldier, Ukrainian soldier, that I met in the trenches of Donbass in the year 2015. And we were hiding from the shelling, and suddenly he took off the picture of a beautiful girl from his wallet, and he told me she used to be my girlfriend. She was a teacher in Donetsk, but when this war started, she decided to choose the new Donbass identity and to join separatist forces. And right now she's somewhere on the other side of the front line, and maybe she's shooting to us at this very moment. And of course, we are not together anymore. So it shows that Russia was really good in making people enemies, even like lovers. However, I think that this period of Russian politics is a bit over, because with the dawn of the full-scale aggression of Russia against Ukraine, everyone realized that Russia is just aggressive, neo-imperialistic, fascist state. However, to stop this imperialistic politics, the only way is to defeat Russia, to make Russia and Russians pay for all atrocities that they've committed, not only during past few months, but during past decades and even hundreds of years in Central Europe. I think we have right now a historical chance to defeat Russia, to force Russians to abandon their nationalistic, racist, and imperialistic mindset. Because if we let them to be like that, they are going to start another war again and again. Russians would like to enslave all the nations that are living all around them. And there is no any other way to stop it but defeating Russia in the battlefield.
Well, those are very important words, and I would say this is also a punchline for this episode and for this show. To all of you, the viewers of Poland Daily, of course, remember it, and we hope you spread this news and this information around the world. And to you, Tomek, again, thank you very much, and congratulations to you also that you managed to collect all of those stories and report about them. Because one thing are political situations and the reports from the front, and the other thing are hundreds of personal stories of people who should and shouldn't be ever forgotten. So thank you for doing this work, and to you viewers of Poland Daily, thank you for watching our show.